Hello, everyone. I wanted to do a recording to talk about Star Wars Squadron multiplayer upgrades and loadouts. I know it's a bit early to be doing it, but I feel it's important because people are making mistakes, in my opinion. One other thing, too, I am doing this recording from the desktop rather than in game because my video card is very loud when it ramps up. I did notice in my prior recording the video card noise was on the mic towards the end. I want to prevent that. Okay, interceptors seem to be the source of most of the debates. In case it wasn't obvious, interceptors are meant to, well, intercept, hit and run tactics, or get behind the enemy. You want to ensure that your loadout complements that within reason. I think one thing that's not up for debate is the laser. I've been noticing a lot of people in chats and community places saying that you should be running the rapid fire cannon on interceptors. I disagree with this, and I'll explain why. If you look at the tooltip, you will notice that the standard laser is 1,000 meter range, and the rapid fire is 600 meters. Yes, the rapid fire can do more damage, but the problem is all of your engagements will be at 600 meters. If you're trying to shoot down another interceptor, they could try to outrun you and get well past 600 meters, making you completely useless. Some other reasons include, let's just say you're up against you're behind a fighter and you're shooting at it. Well, at 600 meters, the fighter could just break hard and you can overshoot. The more range you have, the less likely there is for somebody to mess up your shots or get away from you. So I feel that the 400 extra meters range is absolutely necessary on the interceptor. Okay, bombers. That should be the next one talked about. It is too early to tell, but I do think at this point in time, bombers are dead weight. Sure, they carry a lot of ordnance for capital ships, but once that's all said and done, then they're kind of just useless. They don't have the maneuverability to really make their rotary cannons shine. For these reasons, I think it's just best to rely on support and fighters uh, for ordnance. Support ships can really go many different directions. You can use the ion cannons or just a normal laser cannon if you want to. As for the other stuff, I think the only thing that I have an issue with is that deployable turret thing. It just appears to have too short of range, and due to it being stationary, well, it doesn't really shine as much as it should. I think that you're better off spending that slot elsewhere. Other than that, though, I think support ships are perfectly okay. At least one is needed per squadron, in my opinion. Okay, fighters. Fighters are, as you probably guessed, versatile. They can do any number of tasks. So you can turn them into ordnance, you can turn them into, dogfighters or what have you. Um, the laser options, though, that's where things get a little bit more interesting. I have to wait and see with, more guides or at least more tests, but I think that the auto aim burst fire is actually pretty good. Yes, it has a low tooltip DPS, but here's the way you have to look at it in comparison to, say, like your standard laser. The standard laser could miss in theory. So let's just say you fire 4 bolts out of the X-Wing and 2 miss. Well, you've already lost a pretty good chunk of your DPS. But because the burst has auto aim, it reduces how much of a miss that you're going to have throughout the game. For that reason, I think it does make up for its lower tooltip DPS, but we'll see. Um, yeah, so that's really all I can say on each ship for now. I do want to go ahead and end the recording by pointing you to the website. If you go to the Star Wars Squadron official website, you can look at the hangar and while it may not be very accurate, there's a lot of things in here that will give you just a rough overview of what each ship is doing. I think it's worth taking a look if you're new to this. So, yeah, that's, I guess, thanks for listening.